Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I want to say welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. And today I'm going to talk about a Bloomberg study that I just read. There's an article that basically is saying that millennials are now afraid of stocks, that millennials are running away from the stock market. And I'm going to try to convince you that running away from the stock market is the absolute worst thing you could do at a time like this. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day, under one condition. The condition is that we are Black first. Black first means we put our community at the top of our priority list. Black first means we have Black pride. Black first means we believe in Black unity. Black first means we believe in Black power, Black family, Black love, Black men, Black women, Black children, and all the things that make us great. If you agree with this philosophy, put a B1 in the chat. Hashtag B1. That's the hashtag you use if you want to join the B1 conversation. Now, this is a big week to actually have that conversation because, or big month actually, because on November 5th, there's actually going to be a reparations rally in DC, and it's being driven by people like you and I, not the fools on TV, not the people in Washington. It's being driven by grassroots people. So this is a big, big time. Tariq Nasheed, shout out to him, is one of the leaders in this whole thing. I told him I support him because I just want when I see something happening, something good happening. It's like a football game. When you see the running back has finally bust through the defensive line, everybody needs to go block. Everybody needs to go and do something to clear the path. So anyway, let's jump into this. So give me a guess in the chat if you can hear me okay. I switched some settings on my podcast, so in order to make it better for you. So let me know if you can hear me okay. Also, hello to everybody on TikTok. Let me know if you can hear me on TikTok. Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me, and let me know what city you're coming from. Carlesta Farmer is out of San Diego. And I see Wilford Lefty Bird and Mamadou Bilo and let's see here, Siku and Carlster, Greg, Leslie. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, so let me hop into this and let you guys know what brought me in here today. Sherlock Holmes from Michigan. I see you too. All right, so here's the deal. Here's what happened. So I read an article today. It was in Bloomberg. You can look it up. And it basically says that millennials are running away from the stock market, that millennials have a fear of the market. Now, give me a yes or no in the chat. Give me a yes if you have been just bothered by what you've been seeing with the stocks. Give me a yes if your stock portfolio is making you sick, getting on your nerves, making you mad, making you curious, making you a little bit nervous. Put a yes in the chat. Let's do a financial confessional, and let me know if you're feeling a little bit uneasy by what you're seeing in the market. Okay. Yes. Yeah, the stock market is really doing some things right now that are leaving people feeling a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit uneasy. It's creating, my wife is a therapist, and we're actually doing a lot of financial therapy in the Black Business School to help people deal with things like financial anxiety, stuff like that. If you want to learn how to get in on those sessions, you can just go to my website, boycewatkins.com. We put up that she meets with the Black Business School students every Sunday. And one of the things that I want to do is kind of talk you through some of this. I know the stock market really well. That's all I studied all the years I was working on my doctorate. My whole dissertation was written about the stock market. So I looked at this thing and studied this thing in the amount of detail that you cannot even possibly imagine. I've looked at small stocks, big stocks, foreign companies, domestic, every industry, like you name it, we've done it. And it's this field called asset pricing, where you're literally trying to figure out what's the true value of a stock? What's a stock worth? And it's typically connected to how much money you think the company's going to make and things like that. And here's what happens. Risk is a sucker when it comes to the stock market. Risk is big. Risk is something that moves prices on a regular basis. And the interesting thing about risk is that risk is a little bit tricky to put your fingers on. Sometimes risk can just be a figment of your imagination. Sometimes risk, think about this. I went to go see the movie Smile last night with my wife. Anybody seen the movie Smile? It's really good, by the way. She's a therapist, and the movie's all about therapists, and stuff like that. Somebody said, "You look good, Doc. You working out?" Actually, I am. And I've also been taking moringa. Let me tell you, moringa is a superfood, and I take moringa every day, and it really makes me feel good. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I lift a lot of weights now, and run miles and miles with my wife. So that's pretty awesome. And also I get to look at her sexy body when she's running in front of me because she's faster than I am. And I let her win every time just so I can watch her run across the finish line. But anyway, so we went to go see this movie Smile, which is really good. And our youngest is afraid of scary movies. Like she'll have nightmares and she's just, because in her mind, she feels like it's real. She feels like it's real. So I was talking to her about this movie and I was like, this isn't real, right? And it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I told her, I was like, these are actors. They're just pretending. They use certain music to scare you. Certain, they flip the camera upside down and use weird camera angles to kind of jump scare you and stuff like that. It's all made up. Well, she didn't believe me. It didn't matter. I could have shown her like all the actors in real life and said, look, these are all people pretending. Here's the big monster. He's like, he used to be a carpenter or something. And it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered to her. Why? Because the risk in her mind, in her world, was 100% real. And she was reacting to what she felt was real. Well, the stock market's the same way. Sometimes the stock market can become a horror story and it can scare the hell out of everybody. And when people are scared, they're going to react to the fear, even if the fear is not real. If you ever have, you ever seen social experiments where they'll have a group of people that just start running for no reason, and then they see what everybody else does, and everybody else starts running just because they see other people running? How many of y'all do that? How many of y'all, if you saw hundreds of people running away from something, would you go back and investigate, or would you be running with them? What would you do? I'd be running with them, right? And that is what that's actually a phenomenon in the stock market called the herding effect. We herd like sheep when it comes to investing. We tend to follow the crowd. That's what we do. That's very natural. A guy on my dissertation committee named David Hirschleifer was one of the world's leading experts in understanding how investors tend to follow the herd. Here's your problem. And here's what I'm going to try to talk you into. I do not want you following the herd because the herd, unfortunately, gets led to slaughter. America is not a country where most people get rich. America is not a country where the majority ends up in a good financial situation. America is not a country where most people do well in the world of investing. America is a country where you've got the haves and the have-nots. That's just a reality I can't change. And one of the differences between the haves and the have-nots is understanding economic dynamics and avoiding the urge to just follow the crowd and do what everybody else is doing. My mother was a single mom at 16. She got pregnant at 16, gave birth at 17. My father was nowhere to be found when I was born. I had a stepfather that raised me. And one of the things that my mother did was she raised 3 kids in the middle of the hood, in the middle of tough situations where we didn't have a lot of money. A lot of my friends ended up in prison, dead, or on drugs. My sister became a medical doctor. My brother went to an Ivy League school. I got a PhD. How did she do that? How did my father that raised me, and my mother that raised me, how did they create 3 successful children in the middle of a scenario where all of our friends ended up struggling? It's because she didn't follow the crowd. They did not follow the crowd. I would go and I would say, well, Mama, everybody else is doing this. Everybody else is doing that. And they'd say, well, everybody else don't live in this house. Everybody else does not make the rules for you. And because they didn't follow the crowd, we had an outcome that was very different from most of my friends. So the same thing is true when it comes to investing. What I'm trying to tell you is the same thing that my mama used to tell me when I was little, that my daddy told me my whole life, is don't be following the damn crowd. I read this Bloomberg article that basically said that most millennials, and you get old, like I'm 51. So unfortunately, people my age, we call everybody a millennial. Anybody under 50 is called a millennial. Those millennials are, the 12-year-old is a millennial. Well, we know that you got Generation X, which is my generation, Generation Y, Generation Z, and then you got that, whatever is after that. And so you got different generations. So the point of the article was to show that a lot of these new investors, especially the ones that made a little bit of money, they used to be heavy in the stock market. They're starting to move away from the market because because the idea of losing their wealth is very painful. So what they're finding is that in 2020, when the market was taking off, they would have about half their assets in stocks, the other half in other places. Now that 50% has dropped to about 25%. And what's also interesting that they found in the study was that they put a lot of their money into crypto. The average investor puts about 2% of their portfolio in crypto. The average wealthy millennial puts 15%. So 7 times more of their assets into crypto. Let me just tell you this, just to make this clear. Crypto is a great place to put some money, but crypto is incredibly risky. Crypto could disappear tomorrow. They change a couple laws, change a couple regulations. A lot of your cryptos can disappear. In fact, I did a video not too long ago about zombie coins. Zombie coins are basically these coins, these projects that were started, they never got completed, nobody's working on them. You buy those coins, they're just sitting in your wallet. You can't use them for anything because they're pretty much worthless. So there are 12,000, literally 12,100 cryptocurrencies that have zero value at all. Give me a yes or no if you knew that. Yes or no if you knew this. There are 12,100 cryptocurrencies that have no value at all. So everybody in 2020 that was telling you to buy any crappy coin that anybody made was not your friend, because they ended up causing you to lose a lot of money. I don't want you to lose money. But so let me give you my last. I'm gonna make my last point. Before I do that, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. I want to remind everybody that the All Black National Convention is happening October 28th through the 30th in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is a gathering place for B1 Black people from all over the world. You ain't got to be Black to be there, but it is Black first in terms of what we aim for and what we're aiming to fix. And it's a great place to learn. It's a great place to connect. And it is also a great place to have fun. We have dozens of experts in everything from relationships to politics to economics to cryptocurrency to technology, all this stuff, real estate, all this stuff. So if you want to come and hang out with really smart people that can make your life better, come out to the convention. The URL, you can go to my website and learn more at boycewatkins.com, or you can go to allblacknationalconvention.com. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. It's October 28th through the 30th in Charlotte, North Carolina. So it's just about 3 weeks down the road. So somebody type that in the chat, allblacknationalconvention.com, in case somebody missed the URL. All right. So let's move on. Last point I want to make on this is this. Look, the stock market is very predictable if you're patient. The stock market is an easy game if you know what the heck you're doing. And here's the deal about this easy game called the stock market, which is literally easy money. It's money hanging from a tree. It's low hanging fruit. It's easy to obtain, but you got to have one thing. And the one thing you have to have is patience. That's it. You have to have more patience than a doctor. You got to know how to just sit there. It's like fishing, or like, like when I play poker, I'm a good poker player. I don't like to gamble, but I play a lot of poker. Poker is a game of patience. 75% of the time in poker, the best move is to make no move at all. It's to wait until the right time to make a move. Not get jumpy, not feel like you got to keep moving and jumping and wiggling. And all people who do that, they lose. People who are patient, who strike hard when the time is right, those are the people that win. That's how I've won tournaments with 800 people in them. Literally, I've won tournaments with 800 people. And it's patience. So investing requires patience. That means if you invest now and you invest consistently and you wait out this storm, you will be rich. You will make money. If you take just maybe about half the money that you might spend on fast food, going to the mall, or doing whatever you do with your extra money, and take half of that and keep doing what you're doing, but just take half of your disposable income, put that in the market and do it consistently, in 5 to 10 years, you'll be richer than all your friends, and all your friends will be, and then you're going to have a new problem. Your new problem will be that you're going to have haters, because all your friends are going to think that you just got lucky and that you don't know what it's like to be in the hood. You don't talk about you don't know what I've been through. You don't know what it's like struggling in the hood. You ain't been in the struggle. And they're going to swear that you've been rich your whole life, and they won't even know that there was a time when you were poor. Like now, I have money invested. I have a lot of money invested, of course, because I've been an investor for a while. And you'd be amazed how many people swear I know nothing about being poor. I'm like, no, actually, you know nothing about what it was like for me to move out of my apartment in the middle of the night because I couldn't pay the rent and I had nobody I could go get the money from. You have no idea how I felt riding my bike in the winter to get to my job at Arby's because I needed $3.35 an hour. You have no idea what I've had to do in order to pay bills, because when I turned 18, my parents did not give me nothing. They sent me 2 checks in college for $25. I had to figure the rest out on my own. So you can get out of my face with this, you ain't never struggled nonsense. That's stupid. I have been in the struggle. I have been next to the struggle. I know the struggle better than you do. And that's why I avoid the struggle. That's why I chose to rise out of the struggle. That's why I wanted to make decisions to get away from the struggle. So anybody who gets mad at you, never let anybody get mad at you because you're doing well. Never let anybody get mad at you because your life is good and their life is bad. Never let anybody make you feel guilty because you're winning in life. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to lose. I know people make you think because you're Black, you're supposed to lose and everybody's supposed to feel sorry for you. That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to win. So I just want you to go out there and win. You got it? Give me a yes in the chat if you heard what I'm saying. Just give me a quick yes. Let me know I didn't waste my time today. Give me a yes if any part of this message resonates with you. And if there's something you can carry away from this conversation that will make your life better, make you a better investor, build wealth for your family, just give me that quick yes. I need this. This makes me feel better. And that'll help me go on with my day knowing I did something good for somebody out there. All right. So thank you for the yeses. I appreciate it. Dino and Proud Mama, I see you. All right. So I'm going to bounce on out of here. Do me a favor. Thumbs up, share, subscribe. You want to learn about the convention, just go to boycewatkins.com. Also, we have a big surprise in the Black Business School, a free event. As you know, every week, every Wednesday, we do Powernomics training for the whole community. You've heard Kanye West talking about Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson, who is like a father to me. Kanye's been speaking heavily on it. He's now a billionaire. He's got a heavy Powernomics mindset. I said when I talked to Kanye, that's what we talked about was Powernomics. And so Powernomics is kind of taking over. Black people are tired of begging. Black people are tired of being in last place. Black people are tired of waiting for crumbs. Black people are tired of being owned. Black people are making moves. So we are doing free Powernomics training every Wednesday in the Black Business School. You can join for free. The URL is blackkeystogreatness.com. That's blackkeystogreatness.com. Somebody type that in if you can, please. It's on my screen. Blackkeystogreatness.com. Tomorrow night is a special night. Last week we had Dr. Claude Anderson come in. He comes in about once a month. This week, we have a guy named Cody Ransom. Cody Ransom is a young brother that I met in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Greenwood section where Black Wall Street was located. And let me tell you, Cody gave a tour of Black Wall Street. I thought I knew everything. I thought I was, pretty well informed on Black Wall Street because we made a whole movie about it. It's called Resurrecting Black Wall Street. I'll be damned if Cody did not blow my mind with facts and information that you never, ever heard anywhere about Black Wall Street. So I reached out to Cody and I said, Cody, would you please do me this small favor and come into the Black Business School? And the trade-off is I want to make sure I tell everybody about his business, which is called the Liquid Lounge. So if you ever go to Tulsa, everybody should go to the Liquid Lounge. They got the best drinks ever. I'm talking about I don't drink alcohol, but it was like coffee and sodas and lemonade and stuff like, they make it the Black people lemonade. You know what I'm talking about. And then they give an excellent Black Wall Street tour that Cody leads. And so Cody's coming in tomorrow night, Wednesday night, October 12th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and he's going to give us a digital tour of Black Wall Street where basically he's going to tell you the story in a way you have never heard it ever in your life. So go to blackkeystogreatness.com. It's totally free to everybody, and we're going to throw it down. It's going to be a one-time thing, and I'd love to invite everybody in here. So I hope that is good information for you. I hope that you guys are going to join us tomorrow. And I hope that I've helped improve your life in some meaningful way. And because now I'm going to get on out of here. So thank you for hanging out on TikTok. Also, my TikTok is Boyce Watkins. So feel free to find me there. Also, be really careful because there are fake accounts with my name on it where people will reach out. And the guy will usually say something like inbox me. It's not me. So just, be mindful of that. And someone says, are you still teaching stock options? Yes, we're actually meeting for a stock options class on Thursday. And anybody who wants to join us can feel free to sign up at drboyceprime.com. Prime stands for Passive Recurring Income Machine. Our big focus is generating consistent income, even in a declining stock market, by selling stock options and other things like that. So if you'd like to join us, just go to drboyceprime.com and you can check it out. We are meeting Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. I'm about to send that email out actually tonight. So take care, everybody. Have a good night. God bless you. Thank you for listening. And I hope you make $1 trillion. Talk to you later. Peace.